here's an interesting story. They said that AMC is bringing back movies. I think it's this week, and they're going to be 15 cents to honor the same price that they were in 1927 or something like that.
Yeah, and they're putting out like classics, like Back to the Future is one of them.
Right.
A couple others. I think Star Wars.
Are movies done? I think that's the real question.
I don't think so.
What do you mean by movies?
I think movie theaters. Sorry, not movies. Movie theaters. I think movie theaters are done, dude. I don't think they come back.
Didn't they recently get rid of some law that prevented studios from opening their own theaters?
Did they?
I believe so.
Interesting.
So
that's
now
crazy
you're
they
probably
even had a law.
Yeah, now you're going to probably see like just big studios have just their movies.
So it's a tricky thing, right? Because the issue with putting a film out directly to VOD, which is video on demand, where you just buy a pay-per-view essentially, is it becomes incredibly easy to download it and then just repost it on one of those like torrent websites. Yeah. Now you watch a bunch of movies on those torrent websites, right?
Thanks for snitching.
Say what?
Thanks for snitching.
They got you, dogs. Yeah. So you can't do it if you're in and also another thing is, if you watch a movie on VOD, you download it, and then 4 of you and your family watch it, that's one price, one ticket for 4 people to watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of one ticket
$15
for one person to watch, $15.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're going to lose an incredible amount of money if it goes to VOD.
Mm-hmm.
But if it goes to VOD, not only are they going to lose money, they can't fit the budget of these films. If you're only making 1/4 of what you used to make, you all of a sudden cannot make the next Avatar or Jurassic Park or any of these like $200, $300 million films.
Yeah.
You can't make Avengers.
Right.
You can't make Avengers if you're VOD because it won't make enough money.
Won't.
It just won't, unless they find a system where they can completely block it from being, I guess, like stripped from the internet. And if you really want to do it, you could do it just like they did bootlegs back in the day. You could have a video camera set up in your apartment, framed up to your TV.
Except instead of having to find an Asian lady on the subway to buy the DVD, it's a website that has it right up there.
That's it. So it's like, it really could change the way that films are made and drastically reduce budgets.
And why would they not go to movie theaters?
I think because of Corona, people aren't going to movie theaters.
Oh,
and I think, I
see.
think once you get comfortable not going, like once you accept that you could just watch something at home and enjoy it and have your food, whatever you want to have, get your delivery. I mean, like, I love watching movies at home. I never used to do it. I love the movie experience. It was like a fun date night because I felt like staying at home watching a movie wasn't as an exciting thing to do with my girl. But now that I'm cool just doing that, and that's an acceptable date, I can't see people going back to movies in the same way.
Is there like a virtual reality movie experience they could give you? Like even if you're just virtually going to the theater and paying less.
That's part of the reason why I bought the Oculus, to recreate that movie theater feel.
That's what I was thinking when I was thinking about VR. Like
it's dope, and you can like you can see the person like next to you or whatever, or their avatar of the person next to you. But it's not that comfortable. You still got this heavy shit sitting on your face.
Give it 10 to 15 years. Shows you right there.
But no, drive-in movie theaters are becoming a lot more popular.
I can see that, and that's as like a kind of novelty thing. It's just in New York we can't do that.
I also think if you do that once or twice, you're going to be like, I'm good.
But you need a car though.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, it looks like a fun thing to do, but all these New Yorkers that would go to movies, they don't have a car. It was a cheap, fun thing to do as a kid. You have $10, you go to a movie theater, there's like this sense of independence and freedom that you have. Now that shit is done. I do not see movie theaters recovering from this, and I'm curious how the fuck we're going to have films. Are they going to charge $50 for the new Avengers movie?
I think,
Is it going to be the same as like a pay-per-view fight? Because let's be honest, Avengers Endgame, we would have all paid $100 a ticket. We would have. I was more excited for Endgame than I was for any recent boxing match or MMA fight.
So if Endgame comes out in 6 months, would you not go to a theater and see it?
It depends.
You know what it might have to be? It might have to be the expensive ticket. What's the movie theater you like? That's like a much better experience. Like you have your own pod.
iPick or something.
iPick. There's a movie theaters that have the reclining chairs and the fucking. I think you're going to charge way more, and it's going to be for that. Like this is an upgraded experience. I'm living in luxury. It's like flying first class, but for movies. And then you'll pay $30, $40, whatever, maybe. But it's like, but this is like, it's like going to a fancy dinner. I know I could get this at home, but I'm paying for all of this.
Also, how are you going to be comfortable with a mask on? It is not comfortable. I spent the whole
this is
day
all-
wearing a fucking mask because I was flying and I had to like do stopover flights. So the whole day I wore a mask.
It's awful.
It fucking sucks.
It sucks.
And I get it. I'm gonna do it, but it's just uncomfortable. You're out of breath the whole day. It just sucks.
Nah,
You
people
feel
are going to take it
suffocated.
off in a movie theater.
And then that's the problem.
Yeah.
Wrong
You're
person
gonna
takes
eat-
it off. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
They're gonna do the glass shit probably. That's probably what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna do the glass shit. You buy tickets in groups of 2s or 4s like comedy shows. They got the glass thing because they know they make more money on concessions and popcorn than tickets probably. Like if you're the movie theater.
Yeah.
So they'll figure out some kind of situation where you can eat and drink and whatever. And then I think once Corona is like we have the vaccine, then I think it's gonna be morphed into like this is an experience that's like luxurious almost. Big ass screen. You might have a big TV at home. You don't got no 400-inch screen.
No, that's true. They just need to find a way to enter the I don't know, movies were always on the precipice of the future, right? The idea of a movie theater, even like connecting sound and video, like you always look for film and you're like, wow, this is the newest technology, this is the newest graphics, these are the newest like experiences that you can have visually. Right. And now the method in which they deliver it may be antiquated. And they haven't found a way to monetize the future of what films are. You need to deliver it to our house. Maybe we'll go to the movie theater as well, but you got to find a way to deliver it to us.
Yeah.
And we have VOD, but we can get around it too quick.
I think virtual reality might be the way at some point.
Why would people be less inclined to go to a movie but still inclined to go to a restaurant?
I don't think people are as inclined to go to a restaurant. I think they'll go outside, and don't get me wrong, I have, but like you're in there in a restaurant, there's some separation between other people.
I really think it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be like fine dining, not any restaurant, fine dining.
Yeah.
And it's women. Women are going to drive it. They like having the experience of going out and doing these things and getting dressed up or whatever. I think in the same way, that's why I think it'll be more luxurious. It's the experience of like, oh, we're just going out, I'm getting dressed up, we're paying money for tickets, somebody's bringing us food, whatever. I think that's how it has to go because I think women care about this shit more than we do.
My suspicion is that most of the country is not as scrupulous about Corona as we are in New York. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
in New York, like those things might suffer, but like Kansas City, like you think they're gonna not go to?
Well, I was in Aspen, right?
Yeah,
super low cases, like nothing there.
Right.
Right. Mandatory mask mandate outside.
That's crazy.
You can't walk around town without a mask and people come up and stop you. Security guards, police officers, they go, you have to wear a mask or else you're going to be fined.
I think his point is middle America. Aspen might be geographically middle America, but it's like socioeconomically not middle America.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's people with money probably tend to be more liberal, etc. Kansas City, like any of these, Florida, the whole state pretty much, like that's a different level of...
Even in Pennsylvania, no one was like wearing masks.
Yeah.
Like we went into restaurants and like you had to wear the mask to the table and then take it off.
Yeah, that's how it is everywhere. You wear the mask to the table and then you can eat it.
Yeah.
But with the movie theater, you're going to have to keep the mask on. And it's an unpleasant experience. And also, with the movie, you don't need to be in the fucking theater. The theater never did anything for me. The theater is just a barrier of entry for me to see the film.
The theater is the place where the movie is.
Exactly, right? So now that we've eliminated that barrier of entry, now that you can actually give that to me in my home, why not just give it to me in my home?
Because they'll make less money. And
exactly.
So they're like, yeah,
so you have to find a way to monetize home. And maybe what they'll do to make up for it, we start to see a lot more like integrated advertising in films. You know, those like stupid...
Yeah.
Like whenever you watch any James Bond movie and you'll notice like when he's holding the steering wheel...
Dude, Aston Martin, like...
Well, not only Aston Martin, if the shot is over his right shoulder, both of his hands will be on on the right side of the steering wheel. Like nobody drives like this at 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But they're here so you could see the watch, the Omega. Right? So it's like maybe you start seeing a lot more of that and they try to monetize through advertising.
Yeah.
But it can't go on like it. I don't see it. Do you really see people packing into movie theaters anymore?
No, I think they'll just do what restaurants do and comedy clubs and just have those barriers.
And now those movie theaters are making half the amount of money. That's not enough to profit.
A lot will close down. I don't think it goes away. I don't think movies are done.
Right.
I think they will adapt. Also, the thing about...
Of course they'll adapt.
Yeah.
I just mean like the way in which we watch them. They have to be able to deliver it.
The opening night thing that we're like, when you went to go see Avengers and there's no fucking seats available. And they're all,
so sick.
Yeah, it's so great. That's not around for another year or two, probably at least. Like, we're not comfortable doing that for a while.
Yeah, it's just gonna have to be at like 50% capacity. They're gonna have to have barriers up, and I see the movie theaters like I pick are the ones that will be able to.
That's what I think. Yeah,
because they already serve overpriced food, so it's like you go there for that experience. All they have to do is just put a little barrier right next to the pot,
and they're already kind of socially distanced.
And you know, to his point of overpriced, you know you're overpaying going in, but it's about the experience.
Yeah,
I got this big ass screen. I got this pod. It's me and my girl. It's romantic. We got privacy. Let's go. And I think there will be a few of those big screen old type movie theaters, I'm sure, but like as we knew them. But I think it's going to be more of the iPick. You're paying for the experience beyond just big screen, loud sound.
Yeah.
I wonder if this creates a pretty cool opportunity for new filmmakers. In the same way that like YouTube created an opportunity for shorter form content shows, right? Like people watch this show as if it's a TV show.
Yeah.
Like we've created our own talk show, essentially, right?
People put it on their TV.
And then put it on their TV and they watch it. So for whatever reason, that never trickled into scripted TV. It trickled into sketch. Like you see sketch on YouTube, you see sketch on Instagram, that kind of stuff. But like the scripted TV stuff, long form, you haven't really seen it. And film, it never really touched it. And I wonder if the comfort with video on demand, I wonder if we are comfortable watching, what is it, The Prince of Staten Island or The King of Staten Island, whatever.
I rented it.
Right? So it's like, I wonder if we get more and more comfortable with renting these things on Apple or Amazon or whatever different, streaming service you use. If new filmmakers who are unattached, right, could create their own pieces and then put them up there with much less like scrutiny. Yeah. If somebody's like, oh, my film's going straight to, Apple TV or whatever, where you can download it, you'd be like, oh, nobody bought your film.
Right.
But now we're at a place where, at least with stand-up, I put my special on YouTube. It's like, oh yeah, that's where you go watch stand-up.
Yeah.
I wonder if that happens to movies now. And then it gives opportunities to some like filmmakers who never got a shot in Hollywood, but they're fucking sick and they could kill it. And now that barrier of entry is much less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
was starting already.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I'm only paying for movies at the theater if they're like movies I would want to see at the theater.
Big time, yeah.
Big budget, special effects. Superhero movies are perfect. That's why they were so bankable. Yeah. Because people will pay for this.
Give me Fast and the Furious. Give me fucking X-Men.
I remember Joker. I remember being surprised. Like, Joker made a lot of money at the movie theater, and it doesn't seem like the kind of movie that
you could have put that shit right to the crib. Yeah. And we would all watch Joker at the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really curious to see what happens with cinema, man.
The next few years post-corona is going to be like fascinating.
These, and we'll move on, but like these companies, what are they called? These like these film houses. I don't know what you refer to them. Studios, film house, whatever they are. They got to be shitting themselves because they have these movies made.
Yeah.
Like the newest, who's the guy that made Dark Knight Rises and all those?
Christopher Nolan.
Nolan has a new movie called, I think, Tenet or something like that. It's with Denzel Washington's kid.
Right.
And that's probably $100 million budget, $200 million budget. He has a finished movie with nowhere to fucking put it.
Yeah.
So they're just sitting on $200 million spent,
waiting
for a time when they can recoup. That's a lot of money to wait on.
Yep.